Hello everyone and welcome, and I'm back for another Formula Xbox race. We're in Abu Dhabi and I qualified in excellent second place, although qualifying was a bit hickledy-pickledy. As you can see, there's only 10 people, but I could have improved a bit. I was 7/10 off R18 who got pole, but I could have improved by about 3/10, but I made a mistake on my last lap, just having like a little slide, and I just gave up on that lap because it was right near the end of the lap, so there's no point in really improving. And nobody got in front of me anyway. I'm sorry if you can hear anything in the background, because I am in a new location. I am in, instead of the kitchen, which is a weird recording place, I know, I am now in my bedroom, and I've got a camping table, so if you hear any clanking, that's the camping table where I've got my steering wheel on, because I need to get a proper table. So, lining up second on the grid with my teammate just behind me, we're on the same tyres, which is unusual for a race by. He usually starts on the harder tyres, but we're Drastic Midget in third on the medium tyres, and I can't look right, because I'm programmed it on my steering wheel, but we have the lights here in Abu Dhabi, and we are away, and he qualified on the mediums. Bit of a cautious start for me there, as R18 extends his lead already. Car is not gripping. These are my 7-lap-year-old tyres, of course, because I gave up on that last flying lap. Bit race rusty. I haven't done a race in like 2 weeks. My speed in qualifying was okay, but I haven't raced in 2 weeks. Well, I'm currently doing okay in second place with, well, I know it was MB Cly really, or Clyfex, but we've got MB Lose now. He must have spent so much changing his name, as I cut the corner a little bit there. Just look at R18, absolutely romping into the distance in the Lotus. These soft tyres aren't doing what I hoped they would. 2.3 seconds on the first lap, wow. If he carries on that rate, he's going to dominate this race. See, look, my car just jumps over that curb, and then there's no coming back. The car just slides and never grips again. Well, it does eventually. But an MB Lose comes straight back onto the back of me, and I've lost even more time to R18. And this is really, really confusing me, because in qualifying the setup was fine. A little bit tentative on the curbs, but apart from that, I mean, fine on straight line speed, fine in the corners in terms of actually oversteer and understeer. But I seem to be facing a lot of understeer right now in the race. I think that's more due to the tyre life than the setup itself. But the gap now to R18 is a gigantuan, nearly 3 seconds. And I'm still trying to make a gap on MB Lose, who seems to be making a lot of mistakes, but I just can't because I'm making loads of mistakes. I did tell R18 before he started to slow down, because he's too fast for his own good. He didn't seem to respond to that. As it's 2.3 at the end of the lap, surprising. Wasn't even me that set the fastest lap, it was Random Beats. Don't know what position he's in, or who he really is, but anyway, I think he might be Jake Binney or something. But this race is going alright so far. I think 2/10 off my first sector that I did last time round. As I know this car has good straight line speed, as my steering wheel comes off my table. I'm really sorry if you hear any noises in the background. There's not much I can do for now, especially none I can do during a race. As I bet RSJM is going to pull this out to what, 3.5? .7.
Pace is good, pace is good.
Figures he's on the medium, so he's going to be so much faster at the end of the race. Even the advantage I do have now in terms of tyres, he's going to have. So I wouldn't say that I'd get victory here unless something happens to him. .5. That's a lot better than my lap time, which I can't read right now. Yeah, he did 42 and I did a 43. Yeah, he's just warming up his tyres, must have made a mistake. But we've now got an equal gap behind and in front, which is not particularly very good in terms of entertainment, because currently I've overtaken nobody and been overtaken by nobody on lap 4 out of 14. Now, historically on this track, last year I finished second. I was leading for quite a bit, but ignored Finger jumped me due to the same strategy that RSJM is on. Now the reason I chose this strategy is because I just like going fast in qualifying and getting a good position. I just prefer to drive like that instead of just forfeit my qualifying. As RSJM is probably going to pull this out to a 5-second gap, I would have thought. As I shift down too many gears. I'm sorry if you hear any voices in the background, those would be my parents. Probably shouting at each other. Yeah, 5.3. He's just so fast in that last sector, I just can't. 41.5. Wowee. Just about match him in the first sector. The first sector isn't hard to do. And it's the only sector that Kimi Räikkönen in real life likes, he said. He said the first sector is okay and the rest of it is shite. Which, to be honest, you can see, because in second sector it's basically just two chicanes. This one and then the one after the next straight. All that I can count on currently is that medium tyre being the better race tyre if I want to get anything more than second place. Because I'm going to probably pick this lap. 5.8 seconds. As my back end nearly falls out of place. So it looks like we're going to end up having a boring race here unless I make a mistake, which I don't want to do really. Although it'll be entertainment, I don't really want to. Now this final sector I find really interesting because sometimes you hook it up really well and sometimes you just get the whole thing wrong. As I forgot to shift up to 4th. I just cannot set that time. He's 6.2. Unbelievable. Oh, I was going to say I was going to pit this, didn't I? Pit this lap, but I didn't. having to do a lift because I knew I wouldn't be able to make it round without jumping up and down and maybe crashing into a wall. Drastic Devil though is in this lobby, so he might have a safety car. I'm joking. So I think that MB Lose has pitted because we no longer have him behind us, and we have Random Beats behind us now, who was the one who set the early fastest lap. But that was still smashed by R18, who is just literally wandering off into the distance. I don't know where he has gone. He might have driven his way to the USA, which is possible. No, it's not possible from where we are. No, scrap that. Unless you drove across the Arctic sheet. Tyres are really starting to show their wear right now. Interestingly, R18 has come into the pits. May as well come into the pits as well. Corner cutting warning, but luckily I haven't done enough corner cuts before that to warrant a penalty, so I'm all good. But he's already got out and hasn't even pitted yet. That just shows the kind of lead he had. We're going into the pit stops, and I'm going to drop into 3rd place. And I have pit assist off. I need to remember this. I need to remember this. Don't drive into the wall. Good job.
You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Alright, so now let's try and get some warmth into these tyres.
We believe the car ahead is running standard revs. Standard revs.
I don't know how far MB Lose is behind me, but he was the guy behind me before the pit stops. So we're in 6th place, which is where the team want me to be and above. I should be able to get that, because these people haven't pitted in front of me yet. Thing is, I think that R18 actually managed to get out into the lead. But we have Sir Lane in front of us, who I think did the medium tactic, but I can't believe that R18 qualified on pole with those medium tyres. Because so far, when I've been driving on it just now, because it's the only time I've driven on them, they're pretty average, not really very grippy or non-grippy. Ooh, curb's throwing me off of this well.
We think the car ahead is keeping fuel back for the end of the race.
So Sir Lane is apparently holding fuel for the end of the race. I'd expect that because he's on a different strategy. So he could threaten my podium position potentially if I make a mistake. Now, you can definitely hear that. That is the camping table. But this race has gone okay so far. No real kind of dramas to go on to, really. Like I said, I think that Random Beats is going to rejoin. Oh, he hasn't rejoined ahead of MB Lose, sorry. I haven't realised. So MB Lose is still, I think, in a net 3rd place podium finish. And I think I'm still in the 2nd slot. Because these people are just ahead of me and they haven't pitted yet, hopefully. If they have pitted, then yeah, 5th place. They should be pitting this lap if they're on a medium, so that's what the game will probably tell them. Be interesting to see where my teammate finishes. my teammate ahead of me somewhere, or is he? .41.0, I'm saying 43s.
Next is one of the caterers.
As I am in P4. With Sir Lane ahead of me, please stay out because I want to have a battle. I know that sounds weird, but I do. Having battles are fun. He's 1.5, so I'm not going to pick up DRS. As I made a mistake at the hairpin anyway. I still haven't looked at how far back Envy loses. Because he can still be a challenger to me, really. Well, he's my closest challenger behind. I can't see him on the minimap though. There he is, he's going into the chicane. Side flick around 8 seconds. Still no DRS in Sir Lane.
Data's showing that the car ahead is likely to be running in fuel conservation mode. His times will be slightly slower than normal.
As he is there, my co-op teammate is there right in front of me. Seems to be, yeah, he is in the medium tyres. I'd say staying to lap 9 on those tyres would have been pretty horrendous. And I have my old teammate last season, Chicken Macaroon, sitting there in front of me.
Looks
now.
like the car behind might be trying to go for a shorter stint. They've just fitted the option tyre to the car.
Has he jumped me or is he pitted? Very hard to tell. Seems like I'm catching up in a low 2.4 seconds a gap. Still got MB Lose behind us, so he is still my closest competitor behind me. CRM is no chance of me catching him now unless I somehow find like 2 seconds a lap. And that will be just about pegging on par with him. So I really need to find 3 seconds a lap, which is just not going to happen. Ever. Unless it was like a wet to dry track and I was on slicks and he was on easers. 2.3, it's a 10th out of Chicken Macaroon's advantage. These tyres seem to be holding up quite well actually. 8 seconds is the gap to MB Lose behind, who seems to have a little bit of a gap to the people behind him. And he comes into the pit, so no battle to look forward to there. 40.3, are you joking? I find 7/10 on that lap. Unbelievable pace. .1 seconds the gap on lap 11 to RSGM. I mean, he is so fast. He's won the championship, so I just want to say congrats to him because I wasn't there when he actually won it. I was on holiday in the Mediterranean. Had a very nice time in the Mediterranean, Selena. And well, yeah, he took it. Now I need to stop him scoring 30 more points to hold on to my record of points in a season, which is 346. But the problem is that it's highly likely, I mean like really highly likely that he's going to take 25 here. Although he said that he's going on holiday, but I don't know when he's going on holiday, so yeah, he could be back. Oh, I kept him within a 10th in that sector. Impressive. But the only chance I have of winning this race, because he pits in the same time as I pitted for these mediums, his tyres start to drop off and he makes a mistake. Even losing 15 seconds in a mistake that's a proper crash. .4. So I am the only old crony from season 1 in terms of name in the top 4 currently. Although MB Lou technically was in last season, he raced a few races at the end. That was when he first got the game. He admits he was pretty slow. .3 seconds to go behind me. Now this really hasn't been an exciting race, has it? Look at the people around me. 16 seconds up the road as RSJ. It'll probably be 22 by the end of the race. And behind me I've got a 10-second gap. No side-by-side racing because Sir Lane pitted before I caught him up. Chicken Macaroon pitted before I caught him up. Pretty bad. 14.8, must have made quite a big mistake. Interesting stuff. This could still turn out to be exciting. 14.8 seconds. I gained like 1.2 in that sector. Hopefully one mistake leads to another because he's sliding around on those option tyres. He's pitted. Oh, this gem comes into the pit. I think that's him. That is him. Coming out of the pits now. Okay, this is going to get exciting. 2 laps. Can I hold on?
Looks like this is going to be your finishing
Oh dear.
position, so let's make sure to keep it clean and bring the car home safely.
7.3 seconds, he could catch that up. I have full confidence in him to catch that up. Don't know what it was, whether it was a drive-through penalty. Could have been a drive-through penalty, in which case I might not keep my win. If I win. Shouldn't have said that. Nice way to jinx yourself. So 7.3 was the gap. Now I've got 1 lap left of rich fuel, so I'm going to turn it up for the last lap. It's 9/10 in that sector.
Keep pushing. The car behind may struggle to keep
My
up
face
with
is
the pace,
like
especially
pretty
if they have
gurning
to lower
right
their
now.
engine down.
I think that's the right word. This is the sector where I spun on my qualifying, and I'm trying not to spin now, which is why I'm lifting off so much. I'm really sorry if you can hear the game in the background to my voice compared to the actual game sound, the recorded game sound. But yet again, it's too late to change that. And now it's turn up to Rich. For this last lap here.
The gap to the car behind is
5.4
5
seconds is the gap. Now I want to use my straight line speed, which I haven't used all race, because I have the full gearing enabled, so I'm hoping to use some of that down here. What's that, 207 mile an hour I hit? I would have hit more with DRS open, of course. The drag reduction system, if you don't know, because I know some people who don't know what that is and they still watch my videos, which is certainly interesting. But no curves left, rich fuel mix. Coming into the second sector, I'm 7/10 up on my personal best. That shows how much rich fuel mix makes a difference. 4.999 seconds. Sound like a computer there. Now I'm recording this onto my computer, so if you notice a difference in the voice quality, negative or positive, can you please comment it down, because I will still use my laptop if it's negative on my computer, because my computer's close enough in my bedroom for me to record, which is how you're hearing me now. Coming round the final corner to take my first victory of the season. Yes. Although look at that pace from R18. He's got a 10-second penalty on top of that. He probably got a drive through for corner cutting. No, that 10 seconds for corner cutting. Oh man, I don't know why he pits 2 times, but it looks like I've won in Abu Dhabi. And my teammate comes home for a 7th place finish. Reasonable points there. And we've got Cartman as well. We've got Chicken Macaroon in 8th, who also had a penalty, so you can fall behind Cartman. Only 10 people racing today. I think because K Gibbs is gone. Not gone. Gone? I don't know. I don't know where he's gone. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I really hope I kept on to this win, because R18 will probably have that 10-second penalty rescinded, because most of those 10-second penalties are just rubbish anyway. But look at that. I mean...
Great job. Great job. Ooh. What a win.
I'm amazed, frankly. Anyway, now to put this into my montage, which will be at the end of the season. I've shown it to a couple of people already, the preview of it, to R18 and to Arte, because I just wanted to get some feedback, and I've got good feedback so far, so that video will be coming your way at the end of the season. But this looks to be my first ever win. If it's not, I will put it in the comments saying that I didn't win, but it's a 1st or a 2nd place, which is a really good result. There's no chance that I'll finish 3rd or 4th, so that's a really good race for me. This has been... Wait, okay. This has been Alex Stop, and sorry I had to get my computer to wake up. And this has been Formula X Abu Dhabi. Goodbye.